Yes, sir. We're back with another edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast, the NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. You know me, no voice, no guy. It is me, really real, villain real, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. Just got to let you know that this episode of the NBA Gambling Podcast is brought to you by our $2,000 winner take all bracket challenge. Enter today for free over there at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket. All right. That was all jacked up. I messed all of that up. That was completely either way. You know who I am. I'm Kevin Durant. You know who I am. You know who I am. Well, we at the very least, we hit the Celtics 1-10. Not a lot of anything else. That's what happens when you double lock plays, people. But we hit the Celtics 1-10. So that was good. Very, very nice cash. Shout out to my guy, Scott Studio Reichel, not here with us today. Got Lonte on the show with us today. We have a good slate in the, well, I wouldn't say good, but we got a slate in the NBA. Lonte, what's going on?
Not much, man. Pretty good. Ready to talk some hoops. That's about it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We got a number of games to get through. Not a lot of time here. First game up, we've got on the docket. I mean, first of all, yesterday was just a crazy day. I mean, we knew Boston was down early. We knew that was happening. The gut call of Golden State, the line of Golden State looks very, very trappy, and we should probably be on Golden State. Not doing it, but probably should have. We very much called that. We knew there was no reason to trust the Bucks there. And then, yeah, Scott called it. He said that line is trappy in the Clippers games, and he took the Clippers, and for a good reason. The Clippers were on fire after that first quarter. Very, very frustrating. So, small little 4-game slate. This is the appetizer, though. This is the appetizer before we get into college and nobody cares about us anymore. We are second rate to everybody else as soon as Thursday starts. So, let's get into first game up. We got the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Indiana Pacers. Pacers laying 10.5 here. 234.5 is the total injury report here for these two teams. And I've got the Jesus Christ. All right. Caleb Martin, Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford, Dante Exum, AD all out. Brandon Williams is a questionable with the hamstring. Kai Jones is questionable with the quad. And Jayton Hardy, questionable with an ankle injury. Then for the Pacers, we got Johnny Furpey, rookie, out with, he's on the sick report. Game 1, we already got a sick report mention. Tyrese Halliburton is questionable with the back injury. We've got Pascal Siakam questionable with personal reasons. There we go. And then what is this? Jarris Walker, not Jabari Walker. He's over there in Portland. Jarris Walker, questionable with an ankle injury. All right. So, Lonte, we have the Dallas Mavericks who have been dead, but not completely dead. They're somehow still limping to the finish line here, and they've made some of these games competitive. Others, not so much. Indiana, however, coming off of the buzzer beater overtime win by Obi Toppin against the Timberwolves. They're fresh off of overtime, 162 points in that game. What are you doing here, laying 10 with Indiana?
Yeah, I would lay the number with Indiana. I mean, I don't want to be anywhere close to Dallas. 1-9 ATS the last 10. Indiana's starting a 5-game homestand, and they gotta win these type of games against teams that they're supposed to win against, because they lost the tiebreaker with the Bucks own the tiebreaker for the 4th spot. So 3 of their last 4 games have been decided by a possession. So I think here, I don't think we have to worry about that. I know you mentioned Dallas being competitive. I don't think this is a spot where they are. Tyrese, I'm guessing him and Pascal are going to play. This opened a little closer to like 9.5, and some money came in, so I'm guessing those guys will be activated here. My favorite bet would be the over 234.5. Also the over 122.5 team total for Indiana. Dallas is over in 7 of the last 10. 66% of their games have gone over this year. I know a lot of that's obviously done when they were fully healthy and with Luka and Kyrie, but I mean, Dallas defensively, they don't play a ton. I mean, they've allowed 125 plus in 7 of their last 9, 122 in the other 2 that they didn't allow 125 plus. So teams are really getting 120 here. Indiana's depth should wear them down. I think they score well over 122 here. So I like the full game over as well as the Indiana team total over.
Okay. I can't get there with this injury report. I mean, I hear everything you saying and it sound cool and all, but then when Tyrese Halliburton get ruled out, Pascal Siakam get ruled out, and these two teams look a lot closer than people want to give them credit for, 10.5 is just a lot. I can't do anything with 10.5 right now. I got to be on Dallas right now. That Halliburton and Siakam probably baby plays because he was out the other game, but it's too much. That's too much. We've already seen Indiana look like a completely different team with one of those two guys playing on that day. But now potentially neither one of them could play today. We'll see. Still a lot of injuries on that Dallas side of the ball where they're barely struggling to feed a roster. But double digits with Indiana just doesn't feel like the right thing to do. It feels like they could very much look down on Dallas in this spot and kind of let them hang around. So, yeah, I don't know about you. You got more confidence in Indiana than me. Injury report's too bad right now. I'll say Dallas until I figure out, Halliburton and Siakam are exactly playing, and then maybe I'll flip-flop over to Indiana. I do like the over, though. I think this is an over game. I like the handicap there. You got Dallas, who's given up 120 and cheese to basically everybody over the past 5 games. And so that's about what you need here for Indiana. What's that, 122.5 for the total? So it's about what you need for Indiana, 120 and some cheese there. So I think they could get that done. Indiana, get over that team total. But I got to have Halliburton and Siakam playing again. So it really determines that injury report for me on what I'm doing in this game. All right. Next up. Well, before we get to that, I gotta remind you all about our 75K winner-take-all college basketball survivor contest. March has never been this exciting. Enter over there at splashsports.com/SGPN. That's splashsports.com/SGPN. Plus, use promo code FINALS for a $10 off bonus credit. For $10 bonus credit, use promo code FINALS over there at splashsports.com/SGPN. All right, now let's get to the next game up. We've got the Houston Rockets laying 2.5 on the road against the Orlando Magic. Total sitting there at 208.5. Injury report, and we've got Reed Shepard, Armin Thompson still out for the Rockets, and Cole Anthony did not participate in shoot around this morning with that toe injury. So looks like, yeah, could be seeing no Cole Anthony here. He looks like he's going in the wrong direction. All right. Houston on the road playing Orlando. Orlando's pretty good at home here. Houston's kind of been rolling, hasn't looked good in the past couple of games, especially that game with Philly where they were down 21 and then went to overtime. To come back and win by 7. Meanwhile, Orlando just covered 2 games as double-digit dogs. So Orlando's kind of heating up a little bit here. Finally back at home after a, 5 or 6 game road trip. Lonte, what do you like here?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Orlando. 5-game road trip. They were 2-3 straight up, but 4-1 ATS in that span. Houston's on a heater right now, 7 straight wins. I guess you can debate, looking good in those wins, and 5-2 ATS in that span. But I think Orlando's been playing a little bit better. The Cole Anthony injury they're banged up all over the place with injuries. So that's kind of concerning, especially with how well they've been playing. Even in defeat, I thought they had been playing well. their defense is obviously elite, and so I think that Houston will be able. I don't think Houston will be able to score at ease like they've done against some of these bottom tier teams. So I think Orlando's weakness is their 3-point defense, which is 26. The 26 and 3-point defense, and I mean Houston doesn't shoot a ton of threes, so that negates a weakness right there. I think we'll see a slower pace game. I mean, both of these teams didn't get to 100 last game, 97-84 on the 10th of this month. So I think Orlando avenges that loss. I like the under as well. Orlando is under in 24 of 34 home games this year. Slower pace game, like I said. I think we see much like we saw in the first matchup. 90s. I think we see mid 90s, maybe even a team in the high 80s. So I like the under and I like the home dog.
Yeah. Orlando as a home dog is really, really tempting here. You don't get that too often. Rockets coming off of overtime as well. Do like the under in the game. Let me see. Post All-Star. Oh, well, they're 1-2 ATS, 0-3 straight up as a home dog since the All-Star, so that's not really good. But they're pretty good on the first leg of back-to-back, 2-0 straight up in ATS. They've went into back-to-backs very, very well since the All-Star break. I mean, it's just, can Orlando score? Are they going to be able to score in this one, put up the points that's needed? And I mean, Philly was doing it. And I think the Rockets are trending down. The Rockets, the past couple of games against Philly and against the Bulls, look like a team that probably should have lost those two games rather than won them. Whereas Orlando has won one of the last two, and they probably should have won both of them, to be honest. Yeah, I think I'm going Orlando here. I'm with you. I'll take the home dog. They look like they're going up, and the Rockets are going down here. This would be a good spot at home just to get a confidence win. So, all right. Let's see. Before we get to let's go ahead and go to the next game because this is really easy for me. Lonte's probably going to do something weird, but Miami Heat are at home going up against the Detroit Pistons. Miami Heat are catching 4.5 against the Detroit Pistons. 217.5 is total. Injury report here, and we've got pretty clean for Detroit. Ivy's the only name up here, and Jovic is out for Miami. Then you got a questionable tag on Burks and a questionable tag on Wiggins. All right. Miami catching 4.5 at home. That's going to be the play. It's very simple. Take Miami as a dog, fade them as a favorite, especially as a home dog. Catching them as a home dog here. Been pretty good against Detroit following the rules. They have been pretty good against Detroit following the rules. Now, most of these games, Detroit is a dog. But they follow the rules against Detroit. They are not covering as a favorite, and they lose these games as a dog. I mean, or they do cover these games as a dog, but they're not covering as a favorite. Back in Miami, sticking with the trend.
Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with Miami at all. I'm not going to bet Detroit either. I think the number's probably about right. But, I mean, 22-11-1. I mean, 22-11-2. ATS on the road is Detroit. This is the longest losing streak of the Spoelstra era. They've lost 8 straight. They haven't covered in 6 straight. 4 of those were at home. So, I don't want anything to do with them right now or what they got going on. I mean, obviously, I think Detroit is the team that's in better form right now. I like the under. Pretty big here. I mean, Miami's under 105 points in 5 straight games, under 103 of those 5. Detroit, decent defensively. I think this matchup kind of fits their style. They're going to be physical, obviously going to hit the glass. I mean, it just comes down to how many threes can the Heat make. I think Detroit's 3-point defense is like middling, like 16th, 17th. So they should be fine there. Yeah, I don't know if Miami can get to 105 points. So I like the under in this game. I would go Detroit if anything, but I think the number is about right as far as on the side.
Yeah, I think it ends here. I think this is a letdown spot for the Pistons, where they're like, "Oh, this Heat team used to beat up on us." They still haven't been able to cover. They still haven't been able to cover this line. even in the games that they have been able to get a win, it's been really close games. So these games are always tight. The Pistons and the Heat. Let's keep it tight again. Pause. All right. What are we at here? Oh, DraftKings Sportsbook. March Madness, upsets, buzzer beaters, all of that going on over there at DraftKings Sportsbooks. You can live bet. They have a whole bunch of exclusive content and promos and all of that going for you over there at DraftKings Sportsbook. Every single day is something unexpected. If it's your first time here, you can go over there. DraftKings, bet $5, get $200 in bonus bets instantly. All you have to do is bet the unexpected with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SGP. That is code SGP for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you just bet $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPENY or text HOPENY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
And we're brought to you by Rhythm, throwing that March Madness party. If you are going to Vegas or on your way to Vegas, first of all, safe travels. Be safe. Have fun at the First Floor Watch Party later today, March 19th, over there at the Awesome Stadium Swimming Circle, Las Vegas. Scott Studio Reichel is going to be there. You can get a $250 March Madness future from one random lucky Rhythm user. Even if you can't make the party, you can still get the future. So make sure you have an account over there at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm, at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. And you'll also get a 7-day free trial with that. So make sure you go lock in with that. And if you're last second, just like me, and you forgot the details for the party, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party. All right. Let's see here. Next game up on the slate, we've got the New Orleans Pelicans going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Timberwolves laying 13. 228.5 is total. Injury report. And we've got for the New Orleans Pelicans, Brandon Boston's out. Nothing for the Minnesota Timberwolves here. All right. If there's anything that I do not trust, it's really the Minnesota. At this point, it's Minnesota covering double-digit numbers. Very, very frustrating. No idea how they played around with that Indiana team that had nobody playing and just kind of hung around there. The Orlando one was kind of weird. I don't know why they were laying that number against Orlando. But, I mean, maybe this is the get back spot and they go out there, they focus, lock in because they know they should beat this Pelicans team. I think they're going to score on them, but I think the Pelicans are going to do their share of the scoring too. I like the over in this game. Haven't gotten there on laying 13 or not. I think the Pelicans are going to be able to do their part. And it's just, how serious are the Timberwolves about blowing this team out? If you're serious, you're going to blow them out. If you're not, and I don't know. I just don't trust Timberwolves right now. What are you doing, Lonte?
Yeah, I would lay it with Minnesota. Just reading some of the stuff from the Pelicans after the injury to Trey Murphy, they were kind of devastated, deflated, as head coach was Willie Green was saying. He was just literally at a loss of words and he couldn't really say much. So the team was kind of down after that, especially dealing with Trey's injury history. I mean, they're 2-8 ATS last 10, 9-25 ATS. So even with them, they weren't really that big of a covering team. Minnesota 6-4 ATS last 10. They had a weaker schedule, so they beat up on the weaker teams. They've won 3 of the last 5, 17, 20, and 26. They're 2-2 ATS last 4 when laying double figures, right around 500. Like, I would just lay it with Minnesota thinking, and they just had that letdown against a shorthanded Pacers team, like you mentioned. So I think all systems go here. I'll lay it with Minnesota.
Team total over for me. If I had to play something, it's definitely that team total over, rather than going off the deep end with Minnesota laying 13. Can't get there. All right. Oh, here we go. Here's another one. Philly. Sixers on the road going to play the Oklahoma City Thunder. Thunder are laying 11.5 at home, despite SGA being ruled out days ago. Jay Will's still out. Ajay Mitchell is still out. Shea is only out for rest, by the way. Lou Dort is still out. And then you got Cason Wallace, who looks like he's questionable for this game, probably going to play. You got Isaiah Hartenstein, who is questionable for this game, probably going to play. And that's really about it. All that really matters there. For the 76ers, well, Lonnie Walker, Tyrese Maxey, Kyle Lowry, Andre Drummond, Kelly Oubre is question. They don't even got freaking Paul George or Joel Embiid name anymore. Kelly Oubre is even doubtful. I mean, Yabusele is questionable. They're dragging a dead carcass across the body too. But unfortunately, Grimes thinks that he's Jordan or Kobe with these 30 and 40-point games every other single night. So just go ahead and pencil Grimes in for his over. Nobody's slowing him down anytime soon. Compromised OKC laying 111.5 against an even more compromised Philadelphia 76ers team. What are you doing?
Yeah, I liked it better at 9, where it opened at, but I still would go the way of OKC. I don't want anything to do with Philly. I mean, you rattled off all those injuries, and ironically enough, if their pick is not in the top 6, it goes to OKC. So, I mean, they got a little incentive there to kind of lay it down early on, and then Mark Dagnall was talking about like resting guys and the rest versus resting and holding stuff back for the playoffs. I mean, they got such a like big lead in the conference that, I mean, they probably will start sitting guys. I mean, it might be early, but yeah. So I can see the OKC guys. I mean, their depth is one of the best in the league. So I would lay it with OKC. I don't want anything to do with Philly right now.
Oh, there's a game that was it. It was Portland, where I'm pretty sure OKC sat everybody, and they still were pretty dominant in the game. Yeah, that had a starting lineup of Isaiah Joe, Kenrich Williams, Aaron Wiggins, Dieng, and who is this? Jay Will. So that's basically the starting lineup we're going to see here today. And they beat Portland 107-89. Was that the game Jay Will had that triple-double? I think so. Yup. Jay Will had triple-double in that game. Not J Dub, Jay Will. So that's even more like, oh, dang, he even had a triple-double. Philly, Portland's way better than you, and they dominated them without all their key guys. But laying the B team, are we seriously about to sit here to lay 11.5 with the B team? No way. Nah, Grimes been playing too well. I'm not betting Philly, but I can't disrespect Grimes. 11.5 on the B team? They lost to Indiana by 12. Houston by 7. Beat Dallas. They lost to Toronto by 13. Okay. There's an issue. They lost Toronto by 13. Ah, man. 11.5 with the B team is crazy. All right. They beat Portland. 11.5 with the B team. I think that's insane. There's no way I'm betting that. 11.5 with the B team is crazy. But if Philly's that bad, then that I really don't want to admit that they're bad enough to lose by 11.5 to the B team. No matter how good OKC is. All right. We're taking OKC, 11.5. Yikes. What's up? What's next? We got the New York Knicks on the road laying 9. That's also disgusting. Against the San Antonio Spurs. So clearly, because what? How many games in are we? We are 1, 2, 3, 5 games in. Well, this is number 6. Yeah. This is number 6. This is the 6th game we're talking about. We've had a 10.5 point spread, a 13-point spread, an 11.5 point spread on the B team, and a 9-point spread. We're getting to the point in the season where I told you all these teams suck. the NBA has a problem of the very, very top heavy of teams right now. Everybody else is just not even competitive in some of these games. They're not even giving them the respect in the line. Like, this is ridiculous. All right, New York Knicks are laying 9 against the San Antonio Spurs on the road. Brunson's out. Mitchell Robinson is questionable with an ankle injury. And you got Jordan McLaughlin is questionable for this game against the Knicks for the San Antonio Spurs. Lonte, what are you doing this side, Knicks laying 9?
Yeah, I want nothing to do with either of these teams. ATS, I can't wait to play against the Knicks in the playoffs. Although their defense has been small sample size. Detroit is probably going to beat them in the playoffs if that's a matchup. Yeah, that'll be one of my.
Wait, but why'd you say I can't wait to play against the Knicks?
Yeah, no, I'm saying in the playoffs.
No, but why did you say you said that as if you and Detroit are one and the same? But you're a Lakers fan.
No. I'm saying like I can't wait to bet on Detroit against them. Like I
thought you said you were saying that as in like you
like I'm a
you
Detroit
and Detroit
fan?
were synonymous.
No.
Like what?
No.
I was about to say what a bandwagon. Oh my god.
No. I just want
I thought he jumped off the Lakers wagon here.
No, of course not. Listen, I survived worse Laker years. trust me. But I like the Knicks team total over. And if you just for a second, their defense has been small sample size, of course, 5 games, but their defense has been a lot better without Brunson. If you look at what they've been doing to their opponents,
wow, that's shocking.
I mean, I'm just saying, like they've held 4 of 5 opponents to 105 or less. 2 of those under 100. So their defense they still have no rim protection. You know, Cat's not protecting the rim, and Mitchell Robinson is, he's better, but he's not 100% steals. But I like the Knicks team total over 119.5. They only over once since the Brunson injury, but this is probably the worst defense that they played next to the Kings. And when they played the Kings, I think they put up 133. So this is a perfect spot for them to get over this number. Spurs allowed 125 plus in 3 of their last 5. San Antonio also gave up 145 to Charlotte, 133 to Dallas with 7 guys. Okay. I think the Knicks can get 120 here. So this is one of my favorite bets on the card. Knicks team total over 119.5.
Yeah, either Knicks team total over or let me look at the number before let me look at the numbers. So we got Knicks team total over 118.5 feels good. Spurs, man, I feel like one of these days I took a Spurs team total under and it killed me. It did. It was 117.5. I have it right here. 109.5 though. The Knicks have been really, really solid defensively. And that's the only reason that I haven't been able to get there on the full game total, because I'm kind of split between if I like Knicks team total over or the Spurs team total under. I think I like the under. Yeah, I think I like the full game under. And just say that I think it's a bigger chance that the Knicks just don't do anything offensively than take advantage of the Spurs' bad defense. And they just kind of coast to a win here. That's why I'm really not trying to take the Knicks +9 here. I think this is more of the Knicks coasting to a win rather than just dominating a Spurs team that they probably should. But they have been playing good defense, laying 9 on the road. Yeah, I don't really like this card. I'm not all the way there. I think the Spurs can make this a close game, and they made some of these games closer against the Knicks too. I know that this has been a full roster, but they do kind of play the Knicks a little tough. So I'm concerned about the Knicks here. I will say I don't think they're going to lose, but Knicks 1-10 would probably be something that I would look at. All right, next up, where is it? Where is it? We're just going to let that tease go on right now, as you can go ahead and anticipate what game I'm going to be talking about next while I talk to you about Underdog Fantasy, because it is time for Underdog Pick'em, especially in college basketball. A whole bunch of college basketball games. Make sure you use the drop-down menu. Really easy to condense those games and find the players you're looking for over there at Underdog. You can mix it with some NBA as well. Promo code NBA SGPN for new customers. Get that special pick and first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code NBA SGPN. We're also brought to you by Edge Boost. Get boosted by Edge Boost here. You can get your Edge Boost card, the premier sports betting Visa debit card. So avoid giving your information to the sportsbook, DFS site, sweepstakes site, whatever that is, or avoid having it denied. You can earn up to $750 per month in cashback rewards using your Edge Boost card. Plus, your money is safe because they are FDIC insured. So, no credit checks, completely free. Sign up today, and you can get an entry into our free $2,000 bracket contest over there at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket. That is sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket. All right, now we're back at it because we got a toilet bowl. Washington Wizards on the road going to play the Utah Jazz. These two teams are a combined 30 and 106 on the season. Combined 30 for 106. And they are playing a basketball game tonight. And somehow Utah's laying 5. 234.5 is total. Injury report. We've got Keyshawn George. I'm sorry. I almost said Keontae George. I was on the wrong side here. We got Keyshawn George, who is questionable with the right knee contusion. We got Jordan Poole, who is doubtful with the right elbow. No Malcolm Brogdon, no Marcus Smart, no Chris Middleton. For the Jazz, you got no KJ Martin, no Walker Kessler, no John Collins, and no Keontae George, I believe, too, because isn't Keontae George out for the rest of the season? Pretty sure. Because yet again, another George versus George matchup here that we are not. We're just not blessed to get the George versus George matchup. All right. Monte, why are you laying 5 with Utah?
Yeah, I'm not laying. Yeah, just two bad teams. I'm gonna take the dog. I mean,
all right, there we go. Go.
Yeah, Washington's just. I mean, they're playing better. I mean, 3-3 straight up. At the end of the 7-game road trip, so they're 3-3 straight up on the 6-game road trip. This is the third time Utah's been favored, and they're 0-2 ATS.
Yep,
they turn the ball over. They've allowed the most points. I mean, they just played in Washington. Washington was a 5.5-point favorite, and the dog covered. They won, but the dog covered. This was about 2 weeks ago. So I don't see anything different here. I think the dog covers the game. I wouldn't be surprised if they win for obvious reasons, but it's a disgusting game. But that's all I had. I would just take the dog. Obviously, no chance of me betting this.
I really Kirk Cousins is on this new season of quarterback for Netflix. This is gonna be. They should have might as well put Michael Penix up there too. Oh, dude, I can't wait to see Kirk Cousins behind the scenes of this whole season. This season was terrible. Wow, that's hilarious. Sorry, distracted because that was way more important than talking about this game. Just give me the points. Give me the points. There's nothing that I care to do here but take the points and just say Washington has a game. However, I will admit, extremely concerned that they won the game in DC. Very concerned about that. However, still laying points with Utah. Can't do that. Give me Utah. I don't know. Utah totals really been doing Utah totals have been going under by the smallest of margins for me, and I just can't get there behind that again. So, not on the over today. Memphis Grizzlies are on the road, laying 4.5 against the Portland Trailblazers. Total is 235.5. Is this not a game of the night? Maybe. Potentially. We'll see. Potentially game of the night. All right. Oh, well. And then I looked at the injury report. Ja's out. You got Scottie Pippen Jr. is a questionable. You got Santi Aldama, who's questionable. And then for the Blazers, DeAndre Ayton is out. Jabari Walker is out. Time Lord Robert Williams is out. Grant is doubtful, so basically he's out. Kamara is questionable, very questionable for the game. Sissoko is in the G League, whatever. Okay, so Memphis has been Memphis, looking horrible over the past 10 games, 2-8. I don't know what. I mean, so here's the thing that's confusing me about Memphis, because I would like to make excuses for them and be like, oh, they're injured, Ja's hurt, this person's hurt, they're throwing different line. But they've been doing that for literally the past 2 years, Lonte. Maybe even, it really might be 3.
Yeah, I would say 3, yeah.
It's really 3. They've been dealing with an excess of injuries for 3 years, and they have been money against the spread all of that time. All of that time, even in seasons where they had nothing going for them, they were still money against the spread. I have no idea what's going on with Memphis. I cannot bet Memphis. I have to see a change. There is too much. Like, it's too bad at this point. They didn't cover 3 against the Suns at home, and they won the game. Dude, Portland has something to play for. Portland's been playing well. I'm just going to take Portland. Honestly, with how Memphis looks, because they don't look good either. This might be Ron's team favorite. Give me Portland all the way.
I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, the number was a touch high on the open, 6.5. This is the 4th straight home game for Portland, so obviously they're comfortable. Memphis getting Jaren back in the lineup. My favorite bet is going to be Jaren. Points, rebounds over 29.5. I mean, he's had 2 subpar games and a really big one. He's coming off of a really bad game where he was not assertive without Ja. Usually he's assertive. Bane kind of took over that game, but I think he's set up for a really good game.
Bane takes over.
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to him taking over this game. On the interior, no clinging. I mean, they don't really have a ton of bigs here. So, I mean, Portland, you did say, 3 games out of the 10. The next 3, they face Denver, Boston, and Cleveland. So this is probably their most winnable game in this stretch. They're 6-4 ATS last 10, 20-13 ATS at home. I know we talked about Thibault coming back, and he's been a menace on the defensive side. 7 steals in 2 games back. Memphis.
Hey, Dyson Daniels better watch out. Hey, Dyson Daniels better watch his ass.
Yeah, and Chauncey Billups was praising him and his defensive effort coming back. So, but the Grizz did bury Portland in both meetings. I mean, obviously early on,
revenge, like
no, 25 and 45.
It's revenge.
Honestly, my gut feeling is telling me that Memphis buries them here again, but I just the number is probably about where I would make it. 6.5, I would take Portland though, but I mean, obviously that's far gone. But
I want you to know both of those 2 games where they buried them. Not October. I'm sorry, reading that like military time. November 10th, 2024, and November 25th, 2024. Yeah. This is again last 10 games, 2-8 ATS is Memphis. Yeah. This is not the Memphis Grizzlies. Yeah. I would, you know what? If Portland was playing the Memphis Grizzlies tonight, I would be with you and I would take Memphis. But they're not playing the Memphis Grizzlies right now.
Oh, I'm not taking Memphis. I'm just saying, like,
this is not a Grizzly Bear. This is clearly not. This is Pooh. This is the Memphis Pooh Bears. This is exactly who this is. They are the Memphis Pooh Bears. Because this has been horrible, and it's been going on for like a month now, Lonte. And now, when I get to talking shit about Memphis, you understand it's real. Because this is my team. Dog, it's been horrible. Yeah, the Memphis Pooh Bears, no way I'm taking them. Give me Portland. Sprinkle on the money line.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from the number, but Jaren Jackson over 29.5 points or rebounds. I think he could score 30 in this matchup. But like my gut feeling is just telling me Memphis wins by 20, but I don't really trust my gut right now. So,
dog, I'm telling you, if they were playing the Grizzlies, I would back you. If they were playing the Grizzlies, they're not playing the Grizzlies right now. I don't know who this team is. I don't know who these guys are. It's like the Monstars when the Monstars took their talent in Space Jam. Like that's what happened to the Memphis Grizzlies. They got their talent taken. Grimes is out here dropping 30, 40-point games and ushering Philly to wins. And here goes Memphis. Same as them, 2-8 ATS. Pretty bad. All right. Where's my Chicago fans at? Where you at? We got Chicago Bulls on the road going to play the Phoenix Suns. Suns are laying 6. It's actually gone down. 234.5 is the total. You got Josh Giddey, who is questionable to return. He would be missing his 4th straight game with that sprained ankle if he did miss. And then Grayson Allen, Bradley Beal, Mason Plumlee all out for the Suns. What? Is that Colin Gillespie in the starting lineup projected? Okay. Yeah, man. Are you laying? I mean, I'm still good on. They've been better. I'll give them that. They've covered 7 of their last 10 games. The Phoenix Suns have been better. But as I look at this number of 6, and I think about what the Chicago Bulls have done recently, and just being a thorn in the side of a lot of people, especially when we thought the Bulls were done for, and they've won 6 of their last 10 and covered 8 of the last 10. Come on now. 12, 20, and 1 at home, the Phoenix Suns. I think Chicago actually has, especially if Giddey plays. If Giddey plays, I feel even better about this. But even if Giddey doesn't play, Chicago's just kind of found themselves a little rhythm, and they found a way to be competitive in a lot of these games. And the Suns, if they do anything, they will blow a game. They will blow it. I like Chicago plus the 6. I think Chicago can win on the money line. I'm fading the Suns yet again.
Yeah, I love Chicago in this spot. I mean, Chicago's been a bet-on team for me since the All-Star break. They've been playing extremely well, so credit to Billy Donovan for doing it. They got injuries too, and
Yeah,
they've had them. Yeah, they've had them up and down their roster since the All-Star break, but they still have been really, really good. 8-2 ATS last 10, including they've covered 6 in a row, 17-15 ATS on the road. They've covered 3 straight on the road. Defense has picked up as well over the last few weeks. They've held 4 of the last 5 opponents to 110 or fewer. They defend the hell out of the 3-point line. They're second 3-point percentage defense, and that's where Phoenix gets a lot of their points. Transition threes, half-court threes. So I think Phoenix. So I think Chicago will be able to run them off the 3-point line, force them to go into the mid-range. With Booker and KD are, a lot more, I guess propelled to take those shots and make them. But that's what you want to make them do. You want to make them take tough shots, and I think Chicago can do that. I think they got enough offense. They got enough pace. Phoenix is 1 game back of the 10 seed, 3.5 games back of the Kings for 9. But, I don't really trust them in this spot. They've got 4 straight at home, which helps them. But in this spot, I think Chicago's live, man. So I'll take the plus 6. I would like it, obviously, a little bit earlier. But I still think it's some value in the number.
This might be my dog for the day. JT. Might have to make them my dog for the day, man. Fate and Phoenix. And then Fate and Phoenix at home is also a pretty good pastime as well. So, all right. This is the game that people wanted to know. The line has flipped entirely. Opened up Lakers minus 1.5 against Denver at home today. It is now currently Denver minus 2. 234 is the total. Injury report. And you've got a game time decision on Jamal Murray. Jokic is questionable as well. Christian Brown is questionable as well. And Aaron Gordon is probable to play. So it looks like Aaron Gordon is the only more for sure thing. Braun, Rui, Maxey all out. Jimson is questionable on the sick report. And Luka is probable. Let's see here. So this is, they just played not too long ago. Was that last week? Where Denver got the win against the Lakers B team, but it wasn't pretty at all. 2. It went to. What are you doing here, Lonte?
Yeah, I like Denver, man. I mean, Denver is well rested. Joker and both he and Murray didn't play in their most recent game, so they've got a couple of days off to get their legs back under them for the home stretch. They haven't been covering a ton. I mean, 3-7 ATS last 10, but obviously they had the Lakers number and got to get some payback for. They were laying, I think, 15 in that last.
Yeah, they look horrible. They look horrible.
Yeah,
they had to rally and come back and win. They look bad.
Yeah, and the Lakers have covered 3 straight in 7 of 10, so they're covering numbers. But I think this spot and the matchup is going to favor Denver in this specific. I mean, Luka's he's been getting double teamed a lot more often, especially with the guys not being fully healthy. In the post, Jackson Hayes is not healthy, so you're already like undersized, but now you're like double undersized if he can't go. I think we see a slower pace game. 2 of those 3 meetings did go under 236, 234, and 230.5 was a total. 230.5 was a total for the most recent game. But I do think Denver is going to have enough here to get it done. So I like Denver. I like the under. Lakers going to have to hit some threes, which I mean that's probably going to be something I'll go over in my dog. But Lakers going to have to hit threes. I mean, Denver's defense 21st in 3-point percentage defense. We saw Dalton Connect and Austin Reeves go absolutely berserk against their defense last matchup. So I think they'll correct that. I think they'll dominate in this game. So I like Denver pretty big here.
Yeah, man. So here's the thing. I think Luka and Jokic are gonna cross each other out. Whatever Jokic does to them, I'm pretty sure Luka's gonna do the exact same thing. So who do I trust to play better defense on everybody else? Oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying it. I think it's the Lakers. Yeah. Lakers have been a better defensive team. Yeah, Nuggets put up points, but I mean, all that scoring ain't going to do nothing if you're giving up 124 per game in your last 5 games. Well, I don't know what's that going to do for me, especially if you afford Luka extra points. I could see this being a close game coming down to the wire. Yeah, you took Denver? Really? I'm just not sold.
Yeah, I love Denver.
I'm just not sold. And for some reason, the Lakers continue to play good basketball. I don't understand it, to be honest, but I'm not going to continue to fade it. I think they put up a good effort with the B team last time out. And I think it's going to get better here with Luka. I like the Luka and Reeves connection. You talked about Reeves a little bit. Connect went crazy. Their defense is horrible. They gave up 15 threes in that game. It was yeah, bro. Nah, give me the Lakers. Lakers have been playing so much better without Braun than I thought they were. I thought they'd be dead in the water, and then they pick it up when Braun got healthy again. But they actually haven't been playing that bad, and I don't know. They really got Denver circled, and it's Luka against Jokic. So yeah, I'm fine. It sounds like it does sound like a 1-10 win here. Whether you like Lakers or like Denver, I think you probably should take the 1-10 here. I think this is a close game. Feels like something really like 1-5. Like I really see this coming down to the wire. But I'm going to take Lakers. I think the line move is just indicative of getting a confirmation that Jokic is probably playing. And that really doesn't matter because you got Luka on the other side. And I think Luka can do enough with this roster to put up points against the Denver team that's just horrible defensively. Like at the end of the day, they're just not good defensively. Got a get up game against the Warriors. Or you got that get up game against the Warriors, but that was about it. Fading that team. I'm not going to forget 2 games ago they lost to the Wizards at home. Gave up 126 to them too. Let's see. Last game up. Maybe over in that game. Over 234. Cleveland laying 5 against the Sacramento Kings. Cleveland's on a back-to-back where they just lost to the Clippers. Still pretty annoyed at that. Shout out to Scott for calling that out. That was a trap line. It very much was. All right. It's crazy. I normally don't fall for the traps. injury report for can't give you nothing on Cleveland because they played yesterday, but Sabonis is out to miss about another 10 days or so with that ankle injury. So no Sabonis here. All right. Does Cleveland lose 3 in a row? I thought 2 in a row was crazy. 3 is like, oh man, this Kings team is coming off of a win against Memphis for whatever that's worth. 3-point favorite at home there. Lonte, what are you doing here with Cleveland and Sacramento? Like the beam?
No, I like the Cavs. Guess this number would suggest that everybody's going to be playing, but I mean, I kind of don't want to commit to it, and then Donovan gets ruled out, or Mobley, or any of those guys get ruled out. But in the presser that Kenny Atkinson had, he was harping on their defense. I mean, they allowed 55% shooting to the Clippers, 46%.
Oh yeah, dude. Everything went in. Everything went in.
So I think that's an outlier game. I mean, which is bound to happen in an 82 game span. They just were on the receiving end of it. And their 3-point defense has been an issue all year, but they had recently, since the All-Star break, been a lot better defending the 3. But I think their defense comes to play here, granted, if they're fully healthy and ready to go with Mobley and Allen in the middle and Hunter on the perimeter. So I think this is a good spot for the Cavs. I think their team total over is I think they should smash the team total over. I mean, they got their first in 3-point percentage offense, Sacramento 30th in 3-point percentage defense. So that's a big outlier there. Sacramento is the middle of a 7-game homestand. I mean, they're 4 games out of the 8 seed. So, I mean, a lot to play for. But, again, Sabonis not being there is big. I think they probably want to hold him out as long as they can, although Malik Monk was saying, he'll be back sooner than they realize. But they've allowed 120-plus in 3 straight. I think Cleveland could bury them here. But I like the Cleveland team total over as my favorite play. I just kind of going to get confirmation that they're going to have a full strength roster. But Cleveland and team total over for me.
All right. Yeah, I gotta wait and see what Cleveland does because Cleveland will do some crazy stuff on a back-to-back here. But as of now, I think I'm on the Cleveland side with you. I'm very, very, very disappointed in that game yesterday. Let's look at them over the course of the season on the last game of wait, hold on. There we go. All right. Last game of a back-to-back for Cleveland, probably something pretty 7-6. I'm sorry, 7-6 ATS, 11-2 straight up. So not really too good there. They were probably large favorites in a lot of those games. 9-4 to the over on the second leg of a back-to-back this season. So really, really strong over trend. Strong for the team total over 8-4-1. The opponent team total 6-7. So they did more of the scoring in all of those games. Yeah. It feels like that team total of them at least putting up points after this game feels really, really good here against the Sacramento Kings defense, especially if they just start going nuclear from threes and they hit some 15 to 23s tonight. Like that's going to easily drag that total over. And I think they could if Mobley plays, they could score on the inside. Yeah, pending an injury report from the Cleveland Cavaliers, I can get behind you on the Cleveland team total over. It's at 120.5 right now. I think that's rather solid, and they can definitely get to that. They're scoring 120. Let's see what they're 122.8 over the course of the season. A little bit closer to 117 over the last 5 games. So offense has still been rolling. Yeah, I can get behind a Cavs team total over against this lowly Sacramento Kings defense. All right. Especially if the Cavs aren't going to be playing defense either. They're not going to just get ran out of the building. So, all right. That is it. Last game of the slate. Lonte, lock, dog. Let's get an underdog lineup out for the people as well.
Yeah, so my lock and dog going to be in the same game. I like the Denver Nuggets to win. So I'll lay the 2 on the road. Healthy Murray, healthy Joker. I'm hoping that Aaron Gordon can give it a go. He was phenomenal in that last game. So they got a couple extra days off rest for their big 2. I do think the Lakers will be competitive here, but I think in the end, Denver will pull away with some late free throws or maybe a late bucket or 2 by Denver, by Joker. So Denver is going to be my play there. And for my dog, let's go. So you're going to split a unit and go half a unit on 4+ at or 5+ at 2-1 and 6+ at, I think 6+ is, no, let me get the right price. There. I'm playing 4, 5, 6, but it's not a dog at 4. What we got? Here we go. So 5+ is 2-1 for Luka Doncic. 3 points, 3-pointers made. 6+ is 4-1. So he's coming off of a 1 of 7 game from 3. So he's gonna bounce back here. He's taking a ton of them. He's got 4+ made in 6 of his last 8, 5+ in 4 of those. 4 of 9 in the first meeting versus Denver. We talked about Denver's lack of 3-point defense. We saw what Austin Reeves and Dalton Connect were able to do from behind the 3-point line. Denver's 3-point defense is one of the 21st, but if you look at some of the matchups, they're a lot worse than that, depending on who they play. But yeah, Luka 3-point ladder is going to be my dog. So 5+ at 2-1, 6+ at 4-1.
All right. I am trying to figure, because man, I really actually don't like this slate. There's a couple of plays that I do like. I just want to figure out how to bet them. So I like Chicago. I like Portland. Yeah, and the Suns are on 3rd game in 4 nights, 4th game in 6 nights. Oh, this is prime letdown spot here. Let me see. The Suns are on the first leg of a back-to-back as well. How has that been for them? Okay, 8-6 straight up. Not bad. 7-7 against the spread. Okay, so we will go for the lock. Chicago +6. Because at least the Suns have been winning games recently. I'll give them that. Yeah, we'll take Chicago +6 for the lock. For the dog. Ooh, locking up Chicago. No, but I'm not really locking up Chicago. I'm more of fading Phoenix. So, okay. Nope, yeah. Chicago +6. That's the lock. Okay, perfectly fine with that. I'll bet Chicago today. And for the dog, Portland. What's the first half? What's Memphis' first half record recently? Have they been just as bad in the first half, or they've been giving it up recently? Let me just double check in the last. Let's see. All right, there we go. Oh yeah, dude, they've been horrible in the first half. Oh, 3-7. Yeah. All right, Portland +140 in the first half. Barely made the threshold for a quality dog there. So yeah. All right, Chicago +6, taking Portland in the first half. I do like Chicago on money line as well. I'm playing Chicago money line as well. So if you wanted to know, I am doing that. All right. Whoo, let's see. That's it. All right. Underdog. What are we doing with this underdog lineup?
I like Jaren PR. I like Paolo PR. Those are my 2 that I like. So whatever you choose, I'm fine with.
All right. So we'll trust Lonte today. Once my screen unfreezes. It must be time for an iPhone update. Must be time. Let me see here. What did you say? I was listening. Don't say it. Jaren and Paulo. I was listening. I don't know why I asked you. I heard you.
Got that Harden under. That Magic City under. He was balling. Then he ended with 23. The last time we had an underdog against you.
Paulo. I do like Paulo. I think Paulo's a solid move. And then let's go to the last game. Because you got a pretty big dog on Luka. We don't need another Luka play. So we'll go to that Cleveland game and we will get Strus is at 2.5 threes. Or you could take Garland at Well, 2.5 is it's at 0.87. 3.5 is a little spicy for Donovan Mitchell. Off a back-to-back loss. What's Donovan Mitchell been doing threes-wise recently? Why is this a little spicy? I like your angle of backing. I want to back a Cab player. So we either have Strus or Donovan. Do you want to back either one of them on the threes?
Yeah, Spider.
Yeah. 4 threes seems reasonable. He can go 4 for 10 and we still cash.
And Sacramento is the worst 3-point defense in the league.
Yeah, like he can go 4 for 10 and we cash. Yeah, let's do that. Spicy? Against the word? Yeah, let's do it. All right. Jaren Jackson Jr. higher, 29.5 points and rebounds. We got Paolo Banchero higher, 33.5 points and rebounds. And we got Donovan Mitchell higher, 3.5 3-pointers made. That is 6.6x over there, Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. Lonte, anything else for the people before we get up out of here?
Best of luck to everybody, man.
All right, there we go. He's at XX Lonte XX. I am at ___. Make sure you give us a follow at SGPN NBA on X. And make sure, again, that promo code NBA SGPN on Underdog. Give us a follow on YouTube.com/NBA Gambling Podcast. And yeah, that's it. I really have nothing else to say, nothing else. Do no other way of ending podcast. Give us a 5-star rating review wherever you get your podcasts. We're out of here.